Hello, air signs and those with air dominance in their birth chart. Welcome to your weekly elemental reading. This is the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree. I call this reading the Sacred Directions reading. Each direction represents an element. I'm going to do a read of the cards, a more literal read from the books at first, and then I'll finish with an intuitive read, which may or may not integrate with the more literal one. So we're going to begin with our center card. It is from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and this is representing your will, what's really driving you this week, and is going to influence all the other energies out on the board as far as really the foundations, the instinct going into what choices you will be making. So this week you have romance, a romantic image of a happy and devoted young couple who dance accompanied by Cupid. This represents love, beauty, art, and romance in its most ideal form. Here Venus sits in its natural sign Taurus. The green planet and the green sign are both concerned with the beautiful, pleasurable things in life. This card indicates affections that are constant, lasting, and stable. Venus Taurians love comfort, luxury, and beautiful surroundings, and direct their attention to achieving them. For this character, social status is based on wealth or artistic ability. People with this planet sign combination are possessive and happy to be possessed themselves, though with their undoubted money-making skills can take this to extremes, becoming overindulgent and greedy. Venus Taurians are good with physical and sensual contact, and for this reason do not just make good lovers, they can extend their talents to the hands-on arts. Modeling and sculpture come easy to the natives of this planet sign aspect, who have an expert feeling for the value of material things. Many singers have this Venus placing, and even Venus Taurians, not blessed with this talent, usually have a pleasing voice. Venus Taurians are great romantics, but consider a little opulence better than love in a garret, and can be wildly extravagant when impressing a loved one. When this card is drawn in a reading, it usually indicates for the questioner a pleasurable forthcoming event, probably with a little monetary gain attached. The best business relationship bet will succeed if concerned with one of the arts. Events associated with this card: a love affair, a fortunate marriage, living happily in comfort, gaining through a love relationship, a windfall or gift from someone close. Okay, and now we're going to move over to the East position, which represents fire, and it's speaking about your passion and your spiritual mindset or your spiritual realm this week. So we have Green Dragon for you, helps you tune into the secrets of nature, receive answers and guidance from nature, align with your divine essence. The Nature Kingdom is a magical place in which all our answers are held for us. Luminous green dragons help us to read these answers. So if you can sit quietly in nature, call a green dragon and ask for guidance. The response may come to you consciously or unconsciously. So accept that something important has been activated within you, whether you are aware of it or not. You may feel the need to walk somewhere particular. If so, follow this impulse, for your green dragon will be guiding you. Keep your eyes and ears open, for the answer may come through a tree, bird, insect, animal, or something else entirely. Your green dragon will glide with you, directing you to the answer you need. This calls for deep trust and an understanding that the divine plan is perfect. Drawing this card also suggests that you would benefit by spending more time in the green world. Your green dragon will be with you, so acknowledge it and let it touch you with its wisdom and great knowledge. Expect revelations or healing. And now we're going to move down to the southern position, representing your emotions as well as water. We're taking a card from the Hawaiian Wisdom deck. And we have Kuhina, God of War, Goddess of Healing, Conflict, Healing. Ku's appearance indicates that there are powerful feelings that may be in need of healing. You may need to engage in a confrontation or a conflict. Conflict appears to be an inevitable part of human affairs, so do not despair. A successfully managed conflict can pull a relationship out of a rut, renew, and strengthen a connection. Conflict may show you what is worth fighting about. It is not always inevitable and is sometimes better avoided. However, sometimes confronting a situation is the most appropriate course of action. When you confront a situation, you take the risk that it may turn into a conflict. Avoiding conflict at all costs may be a sign of weakness, which prostrates you to the needs and whims of others, sacrificing your prosperity and or integrity. Ku is highly psychic and sensitive to criticism because he feels and remembers everything. Therefore, when you feel you need to confront a situation, consider whether or not it is really worth fighting for. Sometimes it is best to allow the peace and serenity of a good night's rest to give you a new perspective, so that you can better decide. If you decide that a confrontation may be necessary, you might find it useful to focus on what you want to have happen, rather than what you don't want to happen. State your needs in the first person in order to avoid putting another on the defensive. Use statements which begin with I rather than you. For example, I really like the house to be clean when I get home from work, rather than this place is a mess and you are a slob. You may find that by clearly focusing on what it is you really want, rather than focusing on what you don't want, half the battle will already be won. All right, and then in your west position, representing Earth and your physical realm, your body, this week we have from the Dreamtime reading cards, Lightning. This is a card of change. Australia is a country of elemental extremes. We experience periods of drought and flooding. Often summer brings severe thunderstorms with magnificent flashes of lightning, and quite often hail as well. These storms come with very little warning, seeming to spring from nowhere. Lightning, spectacular as it is, can also be deadly. In Australia's harsh climate, it often sparks bushfires that burn destructively through the undergrowth, devastating flora and fauna. Lightning represents change, the kind of sudden change that can easily catch you off guard. Lightning strikes with power and precision, and it can change everything it strikes in a second. It often symbolizes a change you didn't see coming. Lightning isn't always negative, though. It also provides flashes of inspiration and creativity as it lights up the storm clouds around it. It can offer clarity in the midst of a personal storm. Lightning asks you to use your own personal power wisely to ensure you direct your own energy where it is needed most, and to use the flashes of inspiration and creativity when they become available to create things of beauty and purpose. Power is not something you should use to harm another, inflict pain, or dominate those around you. Lightning asks you to be sure your motives come from a good and positive place. And in your north position, representing air, this is all about your thoughts and communication. Our card will be from an Aztec deck. Cintiatl. It's about manifesting and harvesting. This is the god of corn. When this god appears in your reading, know that his only purpose is to direct your attention to what will be manifesting. He reminds you that everything comes to fruition and asks if what you are cultivating is really the desired end result of your work. This God's energy is neither judgmental nor parental. His sole work is to manifest your wishes, dreams, and goals in as abundant a fashion as he can. Hear this God's words regarding the question at hand. Make the changes that you need to make, and then celebrate a successful harvest. Okay, my air peoples, let's see what I pick up for you intuitively here. We definitely have this beautiful energy in the center of your reading that is about joining and balancing the male and the female energies in a way that's just slightly ecstatic, very romantic for sure. And you're sort of lost in that peacefulness of just enjoying one another. You see that there is an energy that wants to provide a haven in the environment, actually going into a very lush area, very green, like surrounding yourself with greenness as much as possible. Could help protect you, could be key to centering you this week. And you also need the element of wood around you too. It will provide you with strength and stability. Something that may just be kind of out of reach, may not quite have emerged, is this feeling of something that you may have to contend with, and this energy may be a little disturbed, a little bit sloppy in its own right, a little bit ill-composed. It may be half at war with its outer world and not really seeing the beauty around itself, but it is of power, so it is something that you don't want to ignore. And what it is, this energy, what it is disconnected from, are the healing forces of nature, the cleansing forces of nature, and the beautiful, powerful, luminous moon energy. It has disconnected from that, and it's more in this overly sun-saturated world, maybe almost an overly masculine energy that could be a little bit threatening for you. I'm also seeing that you may have things come in that just are electrifying for you this week, that are flashes of brilliance that just surge through your entire being, that are just sort of even beyond you, that move beyond you, that extend beyond this week even. And these will be very high energies, very almost cosmic, reaching at least to that point. And they will impact your environment immensely in many different ways. They have this branching quality to them. And I'm also seeing sort of, I'm getting sort of like a medicine man feeling, like you're becoming your own medicine man, medicine woman, and you're harnessing the powers that you have from your environment to not be affected by your environment. You're using your environment not only for its protection, but you're protecting yourself from it. You're trying to keep things sort of at bay, and you are really affected, physically. But if you take on enough armor in a way from what you can call from your natural resources, you can build yourself up and you can remain powerful and, I don't want to say like in control, but have some bit of authority, almost a magical quality to the power that you can have over your surroundings, so that you're not affected by things that could cause harm. Okay, thank you for being with me for this reading. Please feel free. I have at least, I think 4 other playlists, different themed readings for the week. And I just thank you for joining me. Please take care. Sending you love.